ee.adkins. Book me.
There you go. Ms.P, anything you want to announce to the crowd before we get started tonight? What up, Terry? What up, Unc?
Great topic.
Great topic, great topic. Great segue. Speaking of great topic, we're actually going to get underway. So the topic tonight is brokenness. So many of us are looking for that relationship, that one, that spouse, right? And in order to find the one, you have to be the one first. And in order to be the one, you first have to deal with the things within you that are causing you to not be the one. Mm-hmm. And for a lot of us, that is brokenness. Brokenness from our childhood, from past relationships, whatever the case may be. So with family, that's a huge one we're going to tap into.
Jobs, friends.
Yeah. So we're going to tap into brokenness, kind of what that is, how it affects us, and then how it affects us as we move forward and progress into trying to get into a relationship. So, Ms.P, you want to let us know what exactly brokenness is?
So, the part of brokenness that we'll be talking about tonight will be self-image, self-esteem, you know, going through relationships or situations where you're in pieces, like mentally, physically, spiritually, like you're a wreck because of things that have happened. So that's what the part of brokenness we're going to deal with tonight.
And I know for me, speaking personally, I know as a man, it's something that a lot of us deal with as men is brokenness and not quite knowing how to deal with it, you know, because you're taught to be a certain way. You have to be strong all the time.
Don't
your
cry.
chest poked out. Don't cry.
Don't show your feelings. Hide your emotions.
Exactly. Which, you know, some women expect out of us, and then it's another story anyway. So,
and the shoe drop.
But I know for me, my brokenness came from childhood. I am the oldest son of my father, and not having my father in the picture, but him being in the picture for my little brothers and his middle son becoming a junior, and not me. You know what I'm saying? It affected me in a certain way when I looked and I saw, you know, my dad calling me, telling me how my little brothers did during their games, and my older sisters he was there for. And it's like, well, man, what's wrong with me? Why am I not good enough? You know, why didn't you show up at any of my games? Why weren't you there, you know what I'm saying, to talk to me and all of that? So I know I took that into adulthood, didn't realize it, that it was a big part of me that was just like, I'm not good enough. You know what I mean? Because if I was good enough, my daddy would have been there. So that was something that I dealt with personally as a man that I kind of had to unpack. What's going on, E? So yeah, as a man, it can be tough. But ladies, what is your experience with brokenness?
I would say mine's, like how you said about your dad, mine's was more so about my mom, because of the situation that happened between her and my dad. My mom wasn't around a lot. And then when she would call the house, it would be more so like, hey, let me speak to my son. And it was never like, you know, about me. And then when she did get us, it was more so like, you know, you sit over there and you look pretty, dress me up, you saw you do my hair, and I had to sit there while my brother got to do whatever, you know. So me growing up, it was like, you know, I grew up a tomboy because my dad pretty much raised me for the most part. And so, like, it wasn't until, like, I got close to the end of my high school year that I actually tapped into being a girl, is what I call it. But, I mean, you know, dealing with the issues of, you know, not having my mother around and me thinking that my mother didn't love me, that she didn't want me, which I know now as an adult it's a total opposite. But, you know, just thinking that, you know, I would never amount to anything when it came to being a woman because I was never really taught how to be a woman. Now I have women in my life. God bless me to have my grandmother, my cousin, and everybody else to kind of like show me, but like that mother, I didn't get that feeling until I was 18, where I met my mother-in-law, which I call her mom. But she was the one that taught me how to be a lady. She was the one that taught me how to be a godly woman. So then that started my healing process. And then as me and my mom got a relationship, it got better. So.
Bree?
Okay, so for me, I've been through a lot of tribulations. And so the brokenness in my life, it started at a very young age. It started at about maybe, I would say 6 or 7 years old, when my mom actually, she I wouldn't say gave me up, but she pretty much put me in someone else's care. And being young, I didn't think, I was just like, okay, well, maybe she's just getting her life together. Well, in reality, she was trying to get that relationship together. So with me staying with an aunt that was on drugs, she passed me off to neighbors. So I didn't have that, that relationship. I didn't have a relationship with no one. It was just me. My cousins were around. I was the only girl. So a lot of stuff happened when I was staying with that neighbor. And that's when it all started. I got shot at a very young age. That's when my mom decided, hey, okay, I need my daughter back in my life. And so from there, I forgave her already. We did have that talk later in life, like maybe like 5 years ago. And we started the healing process. We started talking, we started communicating, and not all of that is her fault. She was a young mother. She got pregnant with me at 16 years old, had me at 17. So me looking back at the age of being 16 and 17, I want love, I wanted to be love. I wanted to, have a boyfriend. I wanted to have a relationship, even if I did not necessarily knew what that meant. I just wanted to be loved. And I feel like that's what my mother wanted, because she wasn't loved the properly way, or how everyone, how at least America describes, a family love. And so really it's been since my grandmother, she was broken, my mom was broken, and then it was me. So I had to figure out, okay, because this did affect me. This affected me in my everyday life with relationships. I was in an abusive relationship because I saw family members go through that. But then I was just like, you know what? That's something that I don't want my sisters to see, because I am the oldest on my mother's side. And with that being said, I'm not going to have my sisters be in a relationship where a man is abusing them, hurting them, doing anything like that. So my healing came from my sisters. My sisters are watching me. They see what relationships I'm going to be in. They see the education level. They see my work ethic. They healed me. My sisters healed me. Me and my mom, we had, we talked, we did all that. She's still going through stuff that, she has to talk to God about that. I can't do too much. But with that being said, we are definitely on a better path, and that's something that we are talking about as a family, and just making sure that we do love each other, and that everyone makes mistakes, but it's just how you come out that. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I kept mine surface.
I've been through so much stuff, and I'm not afraid to, admit it. And true, a lot of people don't know that about me, but I've been shot at, I've been abused physically, mentally, spiritually, all that. So, but you definitely you have to get yourself around people. I have a really great Christian friend, TK Lee, shout you out. She's a Christian artist. Follow her. She's my support system. You need someone in your corner like that will, tell you, hey girl, you good today? I love you. Just checking. Thank you for that, y'all. Just, checking in on y'all. So you have to have that support system. Takesha, I have other people too, but they definitely keep me afloat and keep my spirits going. So yeah.
I've been trying to get Takesha on the track. Whenever she see this,
she said she looked at busy.
TK Lee, Takesha. Nah, but so what would your advice be to those that are in a place of brokenness right now? Like, what steps should they take to start to come out of that? Because there's a lot of people who are broken for different reasons. Like we've just mentioned a whole bunch, whether it's family, past relationships, friendships, self-esteem issues, insecurities, whatever it is. So what are the steps to start to come out of that place, to start to heal, to become whole?
Well, I'll say with my relationship with my mom, and even with my marriage, like I had to go to God first.
That's the
and
first
I
thing,
had to tell him everything. Even though he knows everything, I had to tell him everything.
Just talking to God, even if it may not, you know, fix right then in that moment, when you just talk to God after that, it's just like, okay, it's a relief. Like, okay, I'm breathing. I'm going to get through this. So that's what I would say too. Number one, definitely talk to God.
And then, like, the more you talk to him and the more you get into his word and the more you build that relationship with him, the more that he'll show you different things. Because, like, I didn't know that the relationship I had with my mom was kind of like the relationship that she had with her mom. So my mom didn't know how to be a mom because she was never really shown. So it opened my eyes to know it's not the fact that she didn't love me, that she didn't want me. She did the best she could at the time that she had. Because a lot more stuff came out about the situation. And my mom is dealing with brokenness. And God is slowly healing her. But I mean, because of everything that she went through in her life, you know, she had to unpack. But you can't just do it by yourself. You got to have God, and you have to do it in God's timing. Because God has a process for everything that we go through. And we have to make sure that we, one, give it to Him and let Him carry it. And then He'll show us, as time go on, our healing. But then on the things that we need to do to help Him so that we can heal. But you ain't gonna heal if you have to sit back